Here's the result after getting the masking off and cleaning them up a little bit because I knew there'd be overspray, but a little bit of solvent cleaned it up. They mount up quite nice. These mounted up no problem, even with everything else tight. They look good. All right, got the back tire off the bike, fender off the bike, all the racks, they're just sitting up there right now, waiting for to go back on. And haven't got to sanding those yet, but I will. Here's one I've been struggling on what to do with, and I think I finally made a decision. I am taking the center stand off. And I know that's a bad thing on Gold Wings because they like to be stored level. If they're on the side stand for a long time, this valve cover on the left-hand side fills up with oil, and then you get oil come out of your left-hand pipe lots. But I also have that wheel chock, and I will probably park it in that most of the time. I guess the bad thing about this center stand is with these mufflers on it, it really doesn't fold up as much as I really wanted to. And I have hit this, that may have been right there actually, on the ground. And I'll tell you, that sends you sideways for about 6 inches, and it sends your heart about 12 inches the other way. So it doesn't really tuck up really nice in the spring that's in between here. Get this out of the way. The spring doesn't actually allow it to really tuck up nice. I've tried to remove it the nice way, as in the proper way, but that shaft is jammed in there. So I think I'll be cutting it. Try to do it without taking too much more off the bike. Probably have to cut just inside that tab there, just inside that tab there. Worst case scenario, I have another center stand on the parts bike. I really needed to. So I won't take any of the tabs off, I'll just leave it and see how it happens. I was not looking forward to that job, but it is done. That's a big chunk. You can tell where I ground it here to try to clearance the muffler. So I ground that while I was on the bike, muffler's off, and ground that and painted it so it didn't rust terribly bad. And it was still doing its job. And I'll keep it, just it's easily 5 pounds. So that shaft, it looks like it is kind of seized right in there. The whole thing would turn, the shaft would not turn independently of the center stand. So there's no way I was driving that thing out, whether I had the mufflers off or not. It would have been a pain in the ass. So glad that's done. And now I can start putting things back together. Just like that, it's back together. One thing I did the other day, I did epoxy that. We'll see how that works. I didn't go right underneath because I didn't want to get in the way of the connections, but we'll see how it goes. And the whole time we were fitting up this back stuff, I never had the bolts that are underneath here tightened. So this fender is really being held on by 2 bolts, just the ones that mount the racks for the saddlebags. Rear wheel went in really good. It's spinning, it's free. Needed a washer here. Gonna put one on the other side right now. And then I might be on to the next step. Might have been able to guess that by putting in the battery. I think I'm gonna fire this thing up. I don't think there's anything else really major that I need to do at the moment, other than change oil, but I wanna fire it up first anyways. Get the oil circulating, warmed up. I don't know if I'll change it all right away, but if I can get this thing fired, then it is one less thing on the list. Everything is buttoned up. If I turn the key, I have lights. That's off. I have starter. So what I'll do is I'll fire up the GoPro, turn on the fuel, and see if I can get this going. I'm going to roll it over a bit without ignition on at first, just to see if I can get some fuel in the carbs. All right. Smell a bit of fuel. To go. A bit, but that's first startup. Wheels just spinning. Definitely have some water in the exhaust, the moisture. That'll burn out. this is cooling. Again, first startup, probably just underneath the covers there. Me a bit, but we'll see what it does. That's unexpected. Sounds great. Now we got a leak to fix. This is unfortunate. I really don't know what's going on there, other than I can tell that is antifreeze, and I'll have to find out where it's coming from. And it might be under the timing belt covers, the way it looks, because it's coming right from the front there, right down by the corner there. Huh. Check whether my fuel gauge is working or not, but that's okay. This side cover. Oh, my coolant's low, so I've definitely leaked some somewhere. Shoot. Okay, mystery to solve. You ever have days when you feel like an idiot? I hadn't tightened down my radiator cap. I loosened it for the winter to leave some pressure off of the cooling system, and it wasn't closed. So as soon as anything started to move, instead of being forced back up the hose into the reservoir, it started leaking. So I'm gonna put this back together and fire it up again. Now I'm going to need some coolant blowing off, or burning off, but it shouldn't be too bad. Get some burned off here. major cloud, I should be good. Fuel gauge is working. No choke. Got a little bit here, but I think it's just really burning off. Not nearly as bad as before. That's just the remnants of everything leaking down. I'm not getting a leak down here anymore either. Do I ever need to clean this thing up? Lots of bugs from last year. Does it ever sound good?